Students at colleges around the United States staged walkouts during spring commencement. Uh, about 75 Rutgers University students quietly walked out of Sunday's commencement ceremony in protest of the university's ties with companies connected to Israel. Students at Virginia Commonwealth University's commencement walked out because of Governor Glenn Youngkin's commencement address. Students say their protest was over gender issues as well as the university's handling of anti-genocide protesters. Now let's get to Duke. Duke graduates walked out of Jerry Seinfeld's commencement speech in protest. You see, Jerry Seinfeld was getting an honorary degree from
Jerry is also serving
the
as our
institution when he was met with a wave of boos and students walking out. They just went into the aisles and walked away. I mean, look at these kids, man. They start to turn and walk away. They walking out, not in droves, but a sizable number. And they're not just walking, they're booing. They're making it very clear that they are leaving because of Jerry Seinfeld. Some of the kids, as you see, they're leaving. They're also carrying Palestinian flags. Why would these kids be leaving Jerry Seinfeld? Some people say this is outrageous. Jerry Seinfeld is entitled to his point of view. Jerry Seinfeld is Jewish. To walk out on Jerry Seinfeld is anti-Semitic, or to walk out on Jerry Seinfeld is to not allow for free speech. Well, let's be very clear. Walking out on Jerry Seinfeld is not an attack on free speech. It's an articulation of free speech, and it's an expression of free speech. Jerry Seinfeld has every right to speak in the world however he chooses to do so. And Duke has every right to invite him to be the commencement speaker. But the people, the students, the faculty, the community have a right to say, we don't want that. And part of the freedom of speech and freedom of expression is to turn around and walk out. And that's what they did. And you see, the second part of that gives you the reason. It's not because Jerry Seinfeld is Jewish. It's not. Jerry Seinfeld has been vocally supportive of Israel, specifically Israel's genocide of Palestinians since October 7th. Now, he doesn't say, hey, I'm pro-genocide, but the position that he takes ultimately underwrites and supports genocide. He's a celebrity. And so his moves, his position, his point of view, it gets spread more widely and it matters more intensely. After October 7th, Jerry Seinfeld expressed sympathy with Israel. That's normal. Lots of people did. People, prayed for the victims. Understood. But then he flies to Israel to basically give support to the troops and to the Israeli citizenry. And it's like, wait a minute. What are you doing here? People say, well, he's just, supporting Israel, but he's not against Palestinians. And I got to say, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. What I know is Jerry Seinfeld has said things that feel anti-Palestinian. He has supported the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, or IOF, uncritically. And then look at this image I'm showing y'all right now. This is him in 2018. In 2018, Jerry Seinfeld went to an IDF camp. It's like the equivalent of like when you do like the fantasy baseball or whatever. He went to a West Bank military camp. Jerry Seinfeld in 2018 went to a West Bank, it's called the Caliber 3 training facility. And when you go to these places, they show you combat displays, Krav Maga, you play with assault dogs, you hold machine guns. And as you see here, Jerry Seinfeld brought his whole family to an IDF fantasy camp. Now, the IDF is the force that suppresses and represses Palestinian people. The IDF is who is killing the people of Gaza right now. So, yeah, I get that he's just going to Israel and he's taking some fancy pictures, but you can't take pictures with the IDF. You can't show your family hanging out at fantasy camp where they literally do drills and other maneuvers and training that is used to kill Palestinian people. Imagine if DJ Khaled, let's say DJ Khaled had a spine and actually had a political vision. If DJ Khaled were to walk around at a Hamas fantasy camp where he's just running around, he's in Ramallah, just running around wearing Palestinian colors, and shooting off a grenade launcher or something far away, where his kids are hanging out with members of Fatah or Jabha, Fatah or PFLP. Like, imagine if Khaled, DJ Khaled were doing that. Just imagine that, what people would be saying right now. They'd be trying to deport him. But it's Jerry Seinfeld, and it's the IDF, and all they do is kill Palestinians. And so there's a way that no one seems to care. And this is so profoundly outrageous that it's no surprise that people would be upset. And if they're upset, then it makes no sense that these kids would not walk out on Jerry Seinfeld. Good for them. Shout out to them for walking out on Jerry Seinfeld, because he deserves it.